everybody. Welcome back to Trash and Trails. This is Nate. We are in Utah County, Provo, Riverwoods. It is September 5th, 2020, Saturday. Beautiful day, beautiful morning. We last left off going up underneath this bridge a little bit, at least on this side. We're going to go to the other side and clear out underneath there. Here's a nice view of the river from here. I think it looks rather nice. You got all the rocks just kind of rippling over there, the little island thing over there on the right. And you can imagine when this gets a lot more full, kind of an interesting sight. And that island there on the right almost looks like shrubs poking out. Anyway, today's going to be a relatively short video. Things got to get done. Let's see, what's this? Is that a rock or is that a thing? Oh, that's a fungi. Yeah. I can stay there. Now, let's see what we got down here. Alrighty. We got some plastic. Got some candy wrapper. Got some plastic there. Always paranoid about the camera. Hang on. I think y'all are tilted. That you're tilted. There we go. Let's try that. Let's see. Hopefully that'll work better. Okay. You. Dog poopy bag, as is usual. Because people will pick up after their dog, but they won't pick up after themselves. Go figure. When I say people, I mean idiots, of course. Looks like there's a plastic bag over there hanging off of that reed. We're going to go down there and grab it. Then we'll bag what we've got and then go under the bridge. Whoop, little slippage. My bad. As I keep saying, I am not liable for stupid things that you all do. I am only liable for stupid things that I do. Alright. So I saw this weird guy in a video, and, he was going down embankments and whatnot and slipping, and so I'm going to blame it on him. Nope, not going to work. Not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you're a scumbag and of a human being, right? Like if you're the kind of person who is in one of these, then, you might try and... And this is true for not just me, but if you see someone like doing something crazy and then you decide to do it, that's on you. I think a rational person would agree. I think a rational, at least somewhat honorable person would agree. But if you're not a rational person, or if you're not even a somewhat remotely honorable person, then, you might try and blame it on them. That's how I see that. Alright. Let's see what we got down here. I don't think we'll have a lot on this side compared to the other side, because the other side you can see that there's like an embankment over there. You just have like a nice little walkway. Over here, not as much. Not as much. We're going to get to the other side of the bridge, not the conventional way, top side, but the unconventional way. Going down under. Wrapper here. Sorry, this is from like gum wrapper. Yeah, extra gum. All right, I'll pocket that till we get to the other side. Got an apple over there. I've been wanting to make a garden, and I've been reading a lot on compost piles and how to make good compost piles, and got some trash up there. And how to make good compost piles, and different things to put in it. And one place that was suggested by a few different folks who have made a lot of compost piles, apparently, are diners. Going to diners and cafes, apparently, because they go through a lot of eggshells and coffee grinds and or coffee grounds and so forth. I'm not seeing anything up there. I don't see anything else down here. This is interesting. These sticks look like they were placed there intentionally. Not sure why, but anyway. We got night crawlers. Someone, I guess, was fishing down here. I don't know how you could fish down here. You'd have to cast a line and you'd hit that. I don't know. Anyway. Maybe they were fly fishing. We got a lot of fly fishers around here. As much as I complain about postmodernism, and rightfully so, I'm not going to do that much today because it's a Saturday. I'm going to take it kind of relatively easy. As much as I complain about postmodernism, one remotely redeeming aspect, I guess, of at least postmodern art is that it can be funny. You can laugh at it. Now, in terms of its philosophy, yeah, it's garbage. Its core philosophy, yeah, it's garbage. And people who think otherwise usually have just been fed diet postmodernism, or they actually believe it, and those are usually miserable people, in my observation. But anyway. But at least in terms of the art of postmodernism, if it's not taken seriously, I got a little bit of plastic here. In my view, if it's not taken seriously, and if it's like a playful thing, and it's like just kept to the superficial level where you just like look at it once, have a chuckle, and then move on, I'm not against that. I really don't like postmodern architecture, because you really can't stop looking at that. Let's take, for example, the dancing house. Okay, I mean, you go take if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, you can take a look at what that is. So the dancing house is like a silly looking thing. I guess it's intended to be fun and playful and to have some kind of use, I guess, without falling to pieces. The thing about the dancing house is that if you're a tourist, I don't know how to pronounce one of those words. If you're a tourist, and if you see the dancing house, you're like, oh, that's funny, that's cute, take picture next. It's not going to affect you much. If you live somewhere nearby, imagine having to see that thing every day for a while, and maybe you want to move, but it's hard, it takes a while to get up and move, but imagine seeing that every single day. You get nauseous. Like, the dancing house is not meant for human proportions. The dancing house is meant for giant monster amoeba proportions. Over a long period of time, the thing is ugly. It really is. Like I said, it's funny to look at. It's good for a chuckle and then moving on. But the dancing house is a horrible, ugly monstrosity that only an amoeba can feel comfortable in over a long period of time. And heaven forbid you work or live there. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even know what goes on there. Probably has a lot of turnover just because it's such an uncomfortable building. But again, it's nice to pass by and laugh at, but as a fixed structure, no thank you. Hello? Alrighty, so this part of the bridge is usually pretty clean relative to the other part. This part is I usually don't see much around here. So I think we can kind of breeze by here relatively quickly. Oh, we got a little bit here. But you notice look at how much ground we've already covered compared to previous videos on this route. Yeah, we got a little mess baggie there. I don't know, it's empty. Oh, got some more there. Also, my bum, in case you're wondering, feels a little bit better. Not completely 100%, but it's feeling a bit better, so I'm not going to be grunting and groaning and complaining as much. Well, at least not about that. I mean, if you've seen a number of these videos, like if you're from the future, then you know I like to complain. have it. No, I'm kidding. I mean, it depends. That's an interesting topic. Like, I can go on and rant about a lot of different things, and sometimes it feels like I'm complaining. When I'm not, I'm just expressing my ideas, right? I'm just like, here's a thought in my head, and then it kind of goes and snowballs, and next thing you know, you're left with James Joyce's Ulysses version 2. Have any of you read that book, or at least part of it? It's well, first it uses like older English terms that if you're not familiar with, Godspeed, because if it is a little tough to digest. And actually, last time I read it, I had to go really slow because I'm just going to pocket that Jolly Rancher wrapper. I had to go really slow because I had to look up a bunch of words and old phrases. So I was like, okay, that's what that meant, you know, like the word prepuce. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. You can go look that up yourself. I'm not going to describe. Whoa, dagnabbit, this bag's crumbling apart. At first I was worried. I was like, oh, those crumblies are wasps or whatever. But no, it's just bag crumbly. I'm going to bag this right away before it gets worse. Also bag what's in my pocket here. And a few things. There we go. Okay. It's an interesting read, right? It goes by that, what's the phrase? Stream of consciousness, right? Where it's kind of like one thing rolls into another, right? Rolls like that rolling stream, and that stream moves down with the glitter. Glitter, oh, I hate glitter herpes. You know, it kind of evolves like that, the entire book, which is interesting, but it goes like that in a really interesting way. That once you read it, you get used to it, and it makes a little bit more sense. But I'll say the first time you read it through, it is a tough read. Anyway, sometimes when I talk, at the very least when I think, it's very stream of consciousness-y. And y'all are here for the ride. The Diary of a Crazy Man. Well, yes, but that's besides the point. Let's see, what do we got here? I don't really see anything around here. This is a nice little alcove. You don't have too much privacy because it's not really an enclosure up there. But it's a nice little alcove. Although down here, you do have to worry about these nasty little guys. These very violent little leaves. Some more there. Ow! Ant was stinging me. It's like it was crawling on my glove, and then all of a sudden it found some skin, and it's like, aha! And it started stinging the heck out of me. Nope, you get off too. Nope, ants are crawling on me. Not too many, though. Not too bad. Let's brush them off. Alrighty. Let's see here. Step. It's a nice little alcove area. You do have a bit more privacy over here, although that's not enclosed. We don't have too much privacy. Also, by nature, even though I'm talking a lot, I'm just sharing my thoughts and so forth, I am a fairly introverted person. Is this a stick or a thing? This is a thing. This is a thing that should not be here. See that? Yeah. I've got a big one. Anyway, by nature, I am a introverted person. If every single time I take the Myers-Briggs personality test, actually, let's see, MBTI, I think is the acronym. Myers-Briggs. I don't remember what it stands for. Sorry. But whenever I take those, every single time, I get an INTJ. Every single time. And that doesn't mean I hate being around people. Well, when I was younger, I did not enjoy being around people. As I got older, I could socialize and enjoy myself just fine. But just by default, I am a introverted person. Again, as I gotten older, like I don't mind being around people. You know what I mean? Alrighty. So what we're gonna do is, we got a big thing here. Well, first we're gonna grab this here baggie. Alrighty. Oh no, it's crumbling too. Dagnabbit. Alright, let's go ahead and bag this, and then we'll deal with that big metal pole. Another crumbly bag. I think one thing about introverts, like myself, and you'll hear this from a lot of other introverts, at least I have, is that socializing isn't necessarily bad, it just takes mental energy. I don't know why, maybe we think about it too hard, but it just takes a lot of extra mental energy. And so just by default, we don't. I know I'm using a lot of superfluous. Is that how you pronounce it? Again, it's one of those words that you read and write a lot, but don't really say. Anyway, I know I use a lot of superfluous language on here when speaking really casually. Oh, I could use some of those for my garden compost box. Anyway, a lot of times introverts are worried about those kinds of things, like, oh, am I using too many uhs and ands and so's and pregnant pauses and so forth? I now that I'm older, I don't worry about that as much, but it's still there a little bit. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious, look at that. They just really want to spread. Like, we're going to spread on you. And like, okay. I think at some point I'm going to pilfer that. Actually, you know what that is? That's sad. So there used to be a bench, I think at that tree. And it's been there for the longest time. It looks like some D-bag trying to impress a girlfriend, and if she was impressed, she's an idiot, probably picked that up and threw it down there. Because they're an inconsiderate douche. Oh well. I will come back at some point and pick that up and use it for my garden that I'm working on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I double-clicked the shutter. I intended to just wake it up, but I double-clicked it, so I stopped recording and had to resume recording. My timer is up. I need to get going. If overall you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If overall you did not like it, please leave a dislike. It'll help me to figure out what to add in future videos. Whatever day you are watching this, I hope you have a good one. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.